Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorial brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster. Wanted to know how to make, as she calls, a fat head image. It's also known as a chat head. So I'm going to call it a chat head because I don't want to call this nice gentleman a fat head. So we'll call him a chat head. Basically, what you want to do is cut out the head and make it bigger. That's all it is. You don't have to have a fat head in order to make a chat head. So I'm going to first clean up the side of the image a little bit. I'm going to unlock it here, take the smudge brush and grab a big smudge tool, like let's say about 150. That's this tool right here. And I'm going to smudge out the portions here that I want to keep kind of the same up here because I'm going to stretch this area bigger to make enough space to be able to enlarge the head. And before I stretch this top end, I'm going to go ahead and take the image and resize the canvas size, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, a little higher. Let's go with like 30 points, giving us enough room to be able to stretch this. So if I choose the layer and grab the square and cover everything down here up to the tip of his hat, I can right click and hit copy, and all you have to do is just take that top edge and stretch it, and now you've just extended the whole top and you have some extra space to play with for the head. I'm going to go ahead and take that top layer and marry it down to the bottom layer by saying merge right here, and it just merged the two into one layer. Now we can work with the head. This should be pretty simple. So in order to isolate the head, I'm going to go ahead and take the box and just draw a box around his head like that, because that's all we want to work with. I'm going to right click and hit copy. It made a new layer up here. I can turn off the back layer, and within that new layer I can grab the magic tool, set it to 75 point or so, and I can click here, and you see it's grabbing way too much that I want. So I'm going to undo that and change this to a 50 point. Try that again, and that looks better. It's not exactly what I want. I can hold shift, click here to grab a little more and a little bit. See, if I did that, it was too much. If I do the same thing, it'll be too much. So go ahead and do it, hit delete, and that'll delete everything except for what I want. And of course, there's a little bit more here on the hat, and I can use the polygon tool to cut out the rest of this, but I want to cut some of the face down here. And the polygon tool is going to be a little sharp, so I'll take the eraser and leave it here at 5 points, and basically erase down to the point that I want to keep. I want to keep the chin, and then come back up here and then connect it where the hat ends right there. Then you take the polygon tool and you just cut that out. Like I said, I could have done the polygon tool, but this is more natural, leaving a little bit of a soft edge of his face. Because if he has a beard there, then that would naturally be a little bit softer than harsher. I'll double click here, hit delete, and we deleted everything that we don't want. And that's what we have, is an isolated head with a cap. Go ahead and turn the bottom layer back on. And now we could just have fun with this. Now that the top layer is chosen, I'll grab the grabber tool and just grab one of the corners here and make the head any size we want. You wanted a fat head, grab the side and make it fat. And there we go. And if I zoom out, that's what we got. And if you want, you could like turn it sideways, turn it upside down, do whatever you want. So I'm going to leave it right around there. Now, the poster also wanted to know if there was a way to get rid of some of the shine on the face. That one's easy. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and open up a new layer above his face right there. And now we have the blank layer. Grab the eyedropper tool and pick somewhere that is a neutral tone. Right around here is neutral. I'm going to hit the brush and make it a large brush. That's 150 point right there. See that? And just kind of just dab it right there where we have the shiny marks, and that pretty much takes care of it. It's going to be a little bit more than what we want, and that's okay because all we got to do is take an eraser and let's say, I don't know, something like about a 75 point, and then just clean up right where the eyes are. See that? It cleans back up what we don't want. And then we take the opacity. Oops, missed a little spot right here. Then we take the opacity tool and watch the face down where there's nothing, and you see all the shine. And as we bring it up, the shine starts to disappear. See that? If you get to 100 point, you lose definition. So you don't want a 100 point. You want to leave a little bit of shine. So I'm going to say somewhere around 60 point. I think that looks pretty good. It's on, off, on, off. That looks pretty good. And that's pretty much all there is to it. This is Rich calling it quits for this tutorial, saying over and out.